New Radio Sports Network and 105.1 The GOAT. I'm Tim Coles, and Gibraltar baseball on the air this afternoon as they host Southern Door for a 4:30 p.m. tilt. We'll have the pregame show at 4 p.m. We're joined right now by the head coach of the Gibraltar Vikings, Jay Kita. Jay, you're coming off a tough loss to Kewanee last night, and they've had a couple of wins against you earlier this season. And when it comes to looking at how your team has performed this season, how would you describe it at this point?
Our team has kind of underachieved this year. I feel that we're a much better team than what we are. Right now we're struggling in the infield. We're making quite a few errors. Last night we played Kewanee, and they had 7 hits, and we had 6 hits, and we lost 12-2 because we gave up 13 free bases, and 4 of those were errors. So, it's been really tough. Our outfield has outshined themselves. They've been unbelievable, but our infield is struggling a little bit, and we're hoping that we're going to move a few people around and try to figure it out before the tournaments come up.
And, this is similar. We've covered Gibraltar all year long. We talked to Mike Peck. We talked with Justin Burris. And it seems like for whatever reason, that's been a common refrain. Has there been that, I guess, coming to Jesus moment, if you will, the lack of a better term, where you guys say, hey, guys, we know you're talented. We just got to put some things together?
Last night, we've been having a few of those, but last night we kind of, hit it on the head. I'm a straightforward guy, and I just said, we're struggling, and we need to get it figured out. But also too, we've been averaging quite a few runners left on base, because it seems like every time we get second and third or bases loaded with 2 outs, we go down looking at strike 3, and like I told him, I said, it's not that bad if you go down swinging at strike 3, but looking at strike 3. And, a prime example is four of the innings at Algoma, we either had bases loaded or second and third, and we had 4 different hitters watch strike 3 go right down the plate, and that's not going to win us ball games, So last night, tried to get it through to them, and hey, we had an awesome basketball season, and I loved it. I was there every minute that I could have been, and all that, and so we're going to chalk it up to a little bit of a basketball hangover right now, and hopefully we can come out of it and get ready for the upcoming weeks.
And we've learned over the years that your team is a tournament team. It seems like, if you kind of inch across during the course of the regular season, and then boom, just like that, your baseball team has been able to shine the last couple of seasons.
Yeah, and it just seems like when the weather gets nicer and that my guys perform a lot better and that. So, we're looking forward to it. And right now, the conference is out of our reach and everything. So right now we're just going to move people around, and we're going to take these games and try to figure it out.
Who have been some of the bright spots or maybe the big surprises that you've had on your team?
Ryland Keldicott out in center field has just been remarkable. We played Kewanee on the weekend at Fox City Stadium, which is a much bigger field, and he made some unbelievable catches, and he's fast. He's everything you want in a center fielder, and just my whole outfield. Carl Burgess in left and Will Friedenfels in right. They're getting the job done, and it's been great. Our pitching has been really, really good. Sam Lindenberg has thrown, I think, 2 games that have been like a 3-hitter and a 4-hitter, good enough to win. Ryan Jorgensen has thrown 2 hitters and a 3-hitter, good enough to win. Noah Green has been pitching very well, but it's just the errors that are behind us, and that's one of the biggest things, and Brady Kita has been unbelievable behind the plate. I mean, he's blocked every ball. He only has one ball that has gotten by him, which was last night. It was a wild pitch, but he hasn't let anything get by him other than that one. So, I mean, we have a lot of bright spots. It's just that we got to figure out, the errors. The errors are what opens the door for other teams to score a lot of runs, and by God, it usually happens whenever we have two outs and the floodgates open up and they score a lot of runs.
Now, as we talked about before we hit record on today's interview, this was originally a doubleheader that has since been split off because it'll be you and Southern Door on the island next week, a tremendous opportunity for both teams. And I know, obviously, you're good friends with Dave Ninus. It's, I think if there was another team that you would do this for, I'd be shocked because it seemed like kind of a natural fit here. Tell us a little bit about what you know about Southern Door.
Southern Door is a very good team, very good ball team, and Dave and I are really good friends, so we talk almost every other day, and they have a very nice team, and I kind of put a little pressure on Dave, and I said, if you don't win it this year, there's something wrong here, buddy. We got to sit down and talk about it. But no, he's got a nice team. Very, very proud of his son Tyler, who is a freshman and pitching just unbelievable for him. And Dave's kids are my kids, and my kids are Dave's kids. So you kind of off to the side, you're rooting for them quite a bit. Tyler and Charlie, got to know through the years, and they're just awesome young men. But I mean, he's got great pitching staff. He's got guys that can hit the ball in that, and they're making the plays. And I can't wait to play them. And it's always fun when these two teams get together because we know each other so well.
We asked Coach Ninus this before Kohlberg and West Jacksonport on Sunday, so we'll ask you the same question here. Is there anybody that loves baseball more than you? Because I know you coach high school, you coach big dogs with Ninus, and you also coach the Gibraltar American Legion team as well.
I think that Dave and I are pretty darn close. I got two sons that play for A. Carver, so I'm down there, and I love watching that on Sundays with the county league, and we've coached Little League. Dave and I have coached these kids through Little League. We got his two boys and my Brady, and then I'm very proud of Carson Lice too from Algoma, who threw a no-hitter or threw a great game this year against Peshtigo. And Dave and I, we just sit there when we talk to each other, and we're like, you know what? We coach these kids. Drew Doust, we coach these kids. So we're very proud, of doing it, and we love doing it, and hopefully Dave and I, will retire someday. And if we do retire, we always joke around with each other that we're going to stick together and we're going to umpire together because nobody's going to argue with two big guys like us. So we'll get the job done.
Final question for you before we let you go. Gibraltar beats Southern Door today. If your team is able to do what?
Play an airless ball game. I really feel that if we play an airless ball game, we're going to be very, very competitive and very in there. And also too, putting the bat on the ball when we got guys in scoring position. Those two things have been hanging over our head tremendously, and I just feel that if we can play an airless ball game and hit the ball when we need to, we're going to be just fine, and we'll win a lot more ball games.
It's Gibraltar and Southern Door beginning at 4:30 p.m. We'll have the first pitch. We'll have the pregame show at 4 o'clock on 105.1 The GOAT and NewRadioSportsNetwork.com. Jay, as always, we appreciate the time, and we'll talk to you afterwards.
All right. Thank you much.
You're listening to the New Radio Sports Network.